On September 15, the ruling BJP in Assam uploaded a series of AI-generated videos. The messaging was clear. Only the BJP can prevent Assam from becoming a Muslim majority state. These videos are released amid eviction drives that targeted Bengali-speaking Muslims across Assam.
I am Shumir Karmakar, and in this video, I speak to academicians, lawyers, activists, and people on the ground to understand how a critical event from 40 years ago continues to dominate electoral politics in Assam, and it is being used to justify religious profiling.
Since June this year, Assam's BJP-led government has been on an eviction drive. Forest, wetlands and government lands are being cleared. The government says this is about saving land from illegal encroachment.
In Assam, the state government has so far cleared almost 40,000 acres of land from encroachment. This is equivalent to 160 square kilometer. So if you compare this landmass, then this is equivalent and more than Chandigarh. After demographic invention in Lower Assam and Middle Assam, today we are seeing the beginning of demographic invention in Upper Assam. If we could see in the beginning the demographic invasion in Lower Assam and Middle Assam, probably we could have stopped it.
The drive has so far targeted Muslims in Goalpara and Dhubri districts in western Assam, where Muslims are dominant. Congress or Badruddin Ajmal-led AIUDF candidates have won election in most constituencies here in the past. The drive was later expanded to North and Eastern Assam districts like Lakhimpur and Golaghat after Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma said the Bangladesh origin Muslims from Western Assam districts were gradually spreading to Eastern Assam, threatening to displace the indigenous Hindu majority.
I am in a place called Paikan in Goalpara districts of Assam. Behind me you can see a plot of land which belongs to the Paikan Reserve Forest. This is the place where the Assam government recently carried out an eviction drive, and they had evicted 1,080 families from these areas in the month of July.
Families evicted from over 140 hectares in Paikan in Goalpara district says they lived here for decades, with schools, electricity and Anganwadi centers provided by the state. Today, those very structures stand broken.
পাবলিকের যেটা অবস্থা, এরা মাইকিং করে সেরি পুলিশ কয়েকদিন পরে পরে 2 দিন 3 দিন যায়, পুলিশ গাড়ি নিয়ে ঢোকে। পুলিশের অত্যাচার দেখে তো পাবলিক এমনি ভয়ে আতঙ্ক। তারপরে যার যার মতো সেই পুলিশের এগুলা ওয়ার্নিং দেওয়াতে যার যার মতো ঘর বাড়ি সরাইলো কিছু, আর যেগুলো পাকা ঘর দিয়ে এলে সম্পূর্ণ ফেলে থিয়ে আসছিল, সব বললো যার দিয়ে পরে যেমন এগুলো অ্যাপোজিশন করে একদম খতম করে দিয়ে দিল।
But in this drive against the Bengali-speaking Muslims, some belonging to indigenous Muslim communities have also suffered. In Paikan alone, 65 families belonging to Deshi Muslim communities have been evicted.
এই উচ্ছেদিত যিসকল মানুহ বসতি কৰি আছে, পাৰ্টিকুলাৰলি দেখা যায় তাত আমাৰ ইছলাম ধৰ্মাৱলম্বী মানুহে আছে, আৰু ইছলাম ধৰ্মাৱলম্বী মানুহখিনিৰ মাজত আমাৰ যেহেতু এটা কাষ্ট ক্ৰেটৰ আইডেন্টিফিকেশ্যন আছে, ধৰ্মটো আমাৰ ইছলাম, কিন্তু আমাৰ আসল পৰিচয় কিছুমান আছে, সেইটো হ'ল যেনেকৈ আমি নিজে দেশী জনগোষ্ঠীৰ মানুহ বুলি আমি পৰিচিত। এইটো হলো আমি ইন্ডিজিনিয়াস মানুহ, ইয়াৰে ভূমিপুত্ৰ। আমি কোনো বিহাৰ, পশ্চিমবংগ, উৰিষ্যা বা বাংলাদেশৰ পৰা প্ৰব্ৰজিত হোৱা নহয়। আমাৰ পূৰ্বপুৰুষ ইয়াতে আছিল, আমিও ইয়াতে আছো। কেৱল খালি
Assam's foreigner or Bangladeshi question has dominated politics for more than 4 decades now.
Between 1979 and 1985, the All Assam Students Union led the Assam agitation, demanding detection and deportation of migrants from Bangladesh. It ended with the Assam Accord, which set 24th March 1971 as the cut-off date.
Clause 10 of the Assam Accord clearly commits for eviction. So had the commitment of Assam Accord been fulfilled in 1985 itself, the situation would not rise to this scale for eviction in Assam at this point of time. But as because in last 40 years, all the political parties, be it Congress, BJP, AGP, even the left parties, while assuming the power in Delhi and Dispur, they did nothing for evicting those encroachers from the lands of Assam. That is why the problem became this vast.
The National Register of Citizens, or the NRC, became a crucial instrument in trying to determine who was an illegal immigrant in Assam.
An exercise to update the NRC was carried out between 2013 and 2018 to identify those who had come to Assam after the cut-off date of 24 March 1971. But instead of delivering on the promise of the agitation, the list was practically rejected after it failed to find acceptance from even the BJP-led government. The ruling party claims that many post-1971 Muslim migrants made it to the NRC by producing fake documents. As the Citizenship Amendment Act, passed by the Modi government in 2019, paved the way for giving citizenship to non-Muslims from neighboring countries, the BJP in Assam has sought to narrow down its position on the anti-immigration campaign to a fight against Bengali Muslims only.
হ্যাঁ, ঘর ভাড়াতে এখানে রয়েছি, কেন আমার আর উপায় নাই, আমার কোনো জায়গায় মাটি সম্পত্তি নাই, আমি হয়তো ভূমিহীন মানুষ, সেই কারণে আমি আসলে বসবাস করছিলাম। আমি কমসে কম 70 বছর হয় এই জায়গায় বসত করি, কিন্তু কোনো সরকার আমাকে ভাঙ্গা দেয় নাই, কোনো ফরেস্ট ডিপার্টমেন্টে আমাকে ভাঙ্গা দেয় নাই, হ্যাঁ, কোনোদিন কয়েও নেই যে আমার মাটি তুমি উচ্ছেদ হয়ে যাও। কিন্তু আমি এইভাবে হয়তো 60-70 বছর আমি বসত করি, হ্যাঁ, কোনো অবজেকশন আমার নাই। কেন এই মুহূর্তে এই বছর আমার হিমন্ত সরকার আমার ঘর দুয়ার ভাঙ্গা দিয়া আমি খুব হয়তো নিরহ বুদ্ধিহীন হয়ে আমি মহাজনের মাটিতে ঘর ভাড়া করিয়া আমি বর্তমান আছি।
সরকারে কয় যে তোমরা বাংলাদেশি মানুষ।
বাংলাদেশি সরকারে কোয়া পায়, আমার 51 সনের NRC আছে, 66 সনের ভোটের লিস্ট আছে, 70 সনের ভোটের লিস্ট আছে। আমার সম্পূর্ণ 2025 পর্যন্ত আমার কাগজপাতি আমি সরকারি দেখান পাবো, আমার আছে। হ্যাঁ, তথাপি সরকার আমাকে বাংলাদেশি কয়, তার উপায় নাই।
While the eviction from government lands might seem like a legitimate action, targeting the Bengali Muslim just months ahead of the upcoming assembly elections raises several questions around the intent. Is the activity aimed to drum up support from majority communities to eventually convert the profiling into votes?
That sometimes it was published in the newspapers, even in the print media, as well as in social media, that the people who are evicted, they are not Indian citizens, they are foreigners. So for detecting a foreigners, there is a law, there is an order, and in Assam there are foreigners tribunal. It is the duty of the foreigners tribunal to give opinion. When the foreigners tribunal will give opinion, when there is a reference against a particular persons whom a inquiry has been made, and after inquiry it is suspected that that person is entered in Assam after 25th of March 1971. This is the process. Without following that process, a person cannot be said that he is a foreigner. So we have seen that in the name of foreigners or some other things, a particular community is targeted.
As seen in BJP's recent campaigns, the focus is on demographic change, a fear that even Prime Minister Narendra Modi raised in his Independence Day speech.
देश की डेमोग्राफी को बदला जा रहा है। एक नए संकट के बीज बोए जा रहे हैं।
In Assam, the politics around demography is at the heart of any electoral effort. Politicians like former Chief Minister Professor Himanta of Assam Gana Parishad, Sarbananda Sonowal and current Chief Minister Himanta Sarma of BJP build their careers and won elections over the issue, ensuring BJP's entry into the state and the 2 terms it has governed the state.
The Bengali-speaking, especially Islam community people, they have totally changed the whole demography of 14 districts of Assam. So, who have brought all these people? The Congress has brought all these people who grow more food or some other reason. They have been using as a vote bank. Congress has used them as a vote bank. So now, they have captured 64 lakhs bighas of land in Assam. By Assam Accord, now they are Indians. No doubt. But they are not Assamese. They are Indians only by accord. Okay? So this is a vote bank of Congress. So we are not polarizing. We are depicting the actual future of Assam.
But history speaks very differently. In 1874, districts from erstwhile Bengal, districts like Goalpara, Rangpur, and Kachar, Karimganj, and Sylhet were included in Assam because Assam had to be made a revenue sustainable state during the colonial times, and therefore a large part of eastern Bengal have been put inside Assam by the British government. And then again in 1947, a referendum was conducted by which part of Sylhet was purged out of Assam. Now all these actually shows a certain kind of a indeterminacy about the status of people who belong to Lower Assam and Barak Valley. So territorially, certain territories inhabited by Bengali-speaking Hindus and Muslims become an area of suspicion. But that is part of the colonial history, and these people have absorbed themselves in the mainstream of Assam, and they have contributed to the growth and development of Assam, especially Lower Assam peasantry who are Bengali Muslims who call themselves Miyas, have hugely contributed to agriculture, fishing, and land-related activity. Now, a stereotype has been created, calling them as some people who are very hungry for the land, and they are encroaching into the government land and the forest land. Now, creating that kind of a presupposition, and then pursuing a line of action whereby a large number of people can be rendered stateless or decitizenized, and then can be pushed back at the dead hour of the night without Bangladesh really consenting to that kind of a pushback, has actually created a huge humanitarian crisis.
Illegal migration through some stretches of the 263-kilometer border with Bangladesh continues even today, despite promises by the government both at the center and in the state.
Dhubri and Mankasar in western Assam and Kasar and Karimganj in south Assam have still remained the focal points of illegal migrations into Assam.
Even after 40 years, the issue remains burning, and it is more complicated than it used to be in the 1980s. So it is pathetic that still the Indo-Bangla border is not sealed, still foreigners are not detected, still foreigners are not deported. The demography of Assam has changed greatly. But while carrying out this process, the government should be careful in 2 things. They cannot say in a blanket way that all these are illegal Bangladeshis. No. But who will decide whether they are illegal Bangladeshis or legal citizens? The process of detection must start for that. If they are illegal foreigners, those who are detected as illegal foreigners during this process of eviction, they must be sent to the detention camps and the process of deportation should start. So if they are really Indian citizens and they are really landless, they must be resettled as per the government norms. While resettling the landless people, the government of Assam must be aware so that they are resettled in those districts itself in which they lost the land. Otherwise, they will come to other districts and the demography of that district will also be changed.
40 years after the ASU signed the Assam Accord with the center, the problem of illegal migration still remains unresolved. Religious profiling and politics keeps the fear alive, both among the indigenous communities and the Bengali-speaking people, with a heightened sense of othering particularly during the election season. For Deccan Herald from Guwahati, this is Sumir Karmakar.